What is up, guys? It is Pineapple King. We are here on day probably 11. Not even 100% sure on that, but what day it is doesn't matter. It's Denver Broncos Day. Denver Broncos Day. What is the record going to be? Leave a prediction right now in the comments below, and let's get into it. Check out all my socials in the description, too. Go follow those. We're doing a spin after we had a certain amount of following. Let's go into your best and worst moves. Your best and worst moves. Clearly, your best moves are, this defense is going to be elite, bro. Signing Greenline Hufanga, like, you're just poaching the 49ers defense, and I feel like nobody said anything about it. Like, it's actually crazy how good this defense already was. And then you re-sign Jones, you poach some of the 49ers players, and then you draft, what's his face? Jahad Barron, the Texas corner. Oh my gosh. This team has no weaknesses on defense that I can think of. And offense, look, Bo Nix. You'll see later in the video that I was not a true believer of Bo Nix, but I've seen him this year. They made the playoffs with a roster that shouldn't have made the playoffs, even though they still had a good defense. I'm a Bo Nix believer now, and you'll see that as well. So I like the J.K. Dobbins ad. Your running back room with Harvey, Dobbins, like they'll figure that out. And Cortland Sutton's obviously a dog, and I am a Marvin Mims fan because he went to OU and I'm from OU. I'm biased though. People probably don't see him as a good wide receiver too. I think he's a speedster and has decent hands. But let's get into it. You are so lucky to open up to Cam Ward. Cam Ward has to play probably the best defense that's going to be in the league this year for his first game. You guys are going to win. He's probably going to throw 2 picks, and people are going to be like, oh my gosh, is he a bust? No, it's just the Broncos' defense is so good, and you have to play your first ever NFL game at an away game with a mid-offensive line. It's just not there. And the Titans' defense can't handle Bo Nix either. You go to their division rival next, the Colts, in Lucas Oil Stadium. It doesn't matter. You're going to beat them too. I don't know if Anthony Richardson, I don't know what the quarterback situation there is, but apparently he's benched right now, so maybe he's not playing right now, and then he'll go in later. That Colts video is later. Talking about the Broncos now. We're talking about the better horse. First time you play the Chargers in SoFi, you will lose that game. I think the Chargers are going to start out hot, really hot with Herbert. Like, Bo Nix has proven himself for 1 year. He has to keep doing it. Herbert has proved himself every year. And that team just kind of needs to upgrade their defense, and they're going to do better. So 2-1 for the start is great. Play the Bengals at home. It's going to be a tough game. You have the defense to stop their high-power offense, though. And so they don't have the defense to stop your mid-offense, per se. Probably still top 15 offense. And you have the best defense in the league, hypothetically. Then you play the Eagles, and this game of the score, you're going to lose this one, which sucks just because, these are the defending Super Bowl champs, and it's in Philly. This defensive battle is going to be sick to watch. And honestly, the offensive battle, too. Like, obviously, Philly's offense is going to be better with Jalen Hurts and their wide receiver core and Saquon. I still think it's going to be a good game, and I think it'll probably end in freaking 13-16 or something. It's going to be a lot of field goals. The Jets in England. The Jets don't play good away. They're not going to play in England, so it's just they're not the defense that they used to be. You guys are. You play your next 2 games at home. Bang bang, double win. Giants Cowgirls. Giants, I feel like there's not much to explain. Their defensive line is really good, so as long as Bo Nix can scramble, their offense has to make sure to stay intact with that, because the Giants do have a good D-line. But their offense is nowhere, depending on who even is starting at quarterback at that point. So you win that for sure. Cowgirls, a little bit harder. Very close game, I think. But I think you do pull it off. And you're sitting at 6-2 right now. On top of the division, maybe? Depends how the Chiefs, Chargers, Raiders. This is going to be a tough division this year. I think this might be the most competitive division this year. I know the Chiefs have had everybody's numbers for a while. I'm sniffing a downfall in them, and we'll get to that video eventually, but right now we're on their division rivals. Lose to the Texans. Look, CJ Stroud just has a really good game. It's in Houston. there's not very many quarterbacks that can pick apart this defense, and between all of them so far, I mean, Joe Burrow probably can, but the offensive line's not going to help him. And, ooh, obviously, Justin Herbert, Jalen Hurts will also, but everybody else, I mean, the Bengals is just going to be a good game. Cowboys going to be a good game. 6-3 is still really good because you're heading into Thursday Night Football against the Raiders and you beat them. Quick turnaround against a maybe good Raiders team. We have to see how they do, but they did a lot of good offseason moves. First time you play the Chiefs in Denver, you're going to beat them. You're going to show them who's boss. You got a little bit of extra rest here, and you're about to head into the bye week too. That's a lot of motivation, especially whenever they're a division rival like the Chiefs and how they've been dominating you for that long. You only have 3 losses going into the bye week, and since you just beat the Chiefs, I could probably say you're on top of the division right now. And then, unfortunately, you come out of the bye week, you have to go to the Commanders, and they're hot. I think the Commanders are hot. They're trying to compete with Philly to win the division, and they needed that game to win. And look, it doesn't matter how good the Denver defense is if Jaden Daniels can just run circles around them, right? Jaden Daniels is the next Lamar Jackson. You face the Raiders again. This time it's in Las Vegas. I think you just had a bad set of 2 games here. I think the bye week was kind of bad for you. You were doing really good. You didn't need the bye week, and you just come out of it and just lose 2 straight. You lose your groove. You got to catch back into it. Packers is going to be a hard team to do it in, but you do. Who knows what's going on there? You have so many weird wide receivers at the Packers. Their defense lost Jair Alexander. Who knows what's going on there? So you're sitting here, 3 games left, very close to the season, and you get the Jags at home, which is good. I think you beat them. The Jags might be sneaky better this year, but I don't think they're going to be as good as the Broncos. I'm a Broncos believer, man, but you head into Arrowhead, and it's getting near the end of the season, and Chiefs have to try to win it, the division. It's going to be a tough game. Both Chiefs games are going to be tough. Both Charger games are going to be tough. You will split the series with every division rival, even the Raiders, because I think they can even be sneaky good. So you split the division. You go 3-3 in your division. You kind of cook everybody else except for the Eagles and Texans, Commanders. And you're 11-6. 11-6. You went 10-7 last year, which is crazy. I think you didn't get any worse. That defense just got infinitely better. I think you could go 12-5, but I was really thinking of the Raiders whenever I did this, and I was like, the Raiders might get a win off of them just because they're division rivals. They look a lot better this year. You could go 12-5, double beat the Raiders twice. I could fully see that. Depending on how the Texans do, like there's just you look good, and we're going over to the prediction sheet here. Man, when I tell you I had no faith. I was like, Bo Nix sucks. He's going to be a bad rookie. I don't know why they drafted him. They should have stuck with Russell Wilson. Yeah, I predicted them at 2-15. Look what they did. Made the freaking playoffs at 10-7, beating out the Bengals. And so many people thought the Bengals were the better team, too, which they may have been. Who knows? Oh, man. But 11-6, you're obviously in the playoffs. This gets you somewhere. Do you win the division? No. Nope, you lose the tiebreaker to the division. And I won't tell you why. You'll have to stay tuned to see who wins the division. Chiefs, Chargers, Raiders. I'm just kidding. They got better, but not that much better. 11-6 is a really good season, and you're sitting to where you'll play the bottom conference seed, which could be an easy win. And you could easily go into the divisional round feeling pretty confident with a defense that good. But that'll be all. I'm a Broncos believer now. Bo Nix has completely changed my mind. I think you're going to make the playoffs. I think you almost win the division, lose the tiebreaker. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you tomorrow for the next team.